The average email has about a 20% open rate, but there's one email that if you know how to write, you can get as high as 83% opens, 4 times higher than the average. There is one email that you can learn how to write that if you know how to write this, it can give you daily sales on repeat. And when you set this email up, you can create it as an automation. So you turn it on once and it goes out day in and day out and sells for you on autopilot. And if you're a freelance copywriter and you're looking for a way to land clients and have a clear offer for them to get your foot in the door and make between $1,000 to $7,000 for a single project, you're going to want to master this email. What is that one email I'm talking about? The welcome email. The welcome email is the most important email you could ever learn how to write. Now, what exactly is a welcome email? A welcome email is simple. The moment someone subscribes to an email list, they get an automated email that gets sent to them right away that says, hey, welcome to my email list, welcome to my business, here's what's up, here's who I am, here's how I can help you, boom, 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 boom. So basically it's a way to greet your new subscribers, welcome them into your brand, and tell them right away how you can help them and what the value proposition is and why they should stay on your email list. So what makes the welcome email so important? Number one, it's automated. So when you get someone signed up to your list, you automatically greet them. You don't leave people hanging. Imagine if you had a clothing store. Let's just say you were in a mall, you sold hats. Somebody walks into your hat store, physically walks in, opens the door, walks in, ding, the bell rings, and then crickets. Nothing happens. Nobody greets them. Nobody says, hey, what's up? They just walk around and they see people at the front desk, but nobody says a thing to them, so they walk out and leave. That is what lots of businesses are doing when they don't have a welcome email. So when you have a welcome email, it's your way to greet somebody. When someone walks into your storefront, you say, hey, what's up? Hey, welcome to so-and-so's hats. Like, if you need anything, I'm right here. We got a sale on right now. We got hats over here for this. We got this style of hats over here. I'll be right over here. Have any questions? Let me know. So it's a way to introduce people to your brand, leave a first impression, greet them, welcome them in, and generate sales on repeat. So why exactly is a welcome email so important? Here's a couple stats on the power of the welcome email. Number one, this gets 4 times as many opens as the average email. So in 2025, GetResponse data shows that the average welcome email open rate is 83.63%, while the average email in general is 20%. So you get 4 times as many people opening this first email than any other email. This is a very, very small window to leave a first impression and generate sales. So you can check that out from GetResponse data. I'm actually going to link to a free welcome email template that you can use in this video. I'm going to walk through the welcome email, give you a free template so you can use to know how to write this. Second thing though, I've generated over $300,000 in revenue from welcome email automations alone. Like, forget every other email automation I've ever done. Forget every other one-off broadcast email. Just from a single welcome email series, I've generated over $347,000 in revenue. Here's the screenshot from Klaviyo from one of my clients' backend data. Here's the welcome series. And here is the numbers that people it was sent to, the open rate, and the revenue. So 315,000 here and 32,000 here. So it did over $347,000 in revenue over 3 years. This wasn't instant, but over 3 years, and that was automatic. I wrote the email series once, and they continue to sell on repeat, day in and day out, 24/7, like a 24/7 salesman around the clock for 3 years straight, over $350,000. Number 3, offering a welcome email series is the number one way I've landed email copywriting clients. So knowing how to write a welcome email series has been the easiest way to get my foot in the door with new clients for a one-time project to get a feel for, us working together and generate trust, to then later turn them into repeat retainer clients. Number 4, I've made anywhere from $1,100 to $7,000 for a single welcome email series. For one welcome email series, I've made upwards of $7,000. And I did that one series that I'm talking about here in about 3 weeks. So in 3 weeks, I made $7,000. And, I went, just for context, I was a new copywriter when I did this. I was not seasoned. I was making less than $1,000 a month as a copywriter for my first 6 months to all of a sudden, I learned how to write welcome emails, and I went from making $1,000 a month to $5,000 a month, month 7. and then to set over $7,000 a month in month 8. And a large part of this was due to the fact that I learned how to write this specific type of email automation for clients. Okay, so that's the power of welcome emails. Now let's dive in. I'm going to show you what a welcome email looks like. I'm going to show you, I'm going to walk through the copy, how you can write this, and then down below, I'm actually going to link to a free welcome email template. As you can see, this is what the title of the Google document looks like. It's a free welcome email template, so you can use this. I'm going to put this down below. You can get this exact Google Doc, and you can copy and paste and then rework this template that I have here and put it into, your own business, or as a freelance copywriter, apply it to other people's businesses and get your foot in the door. Really, really simple, plug and play, just copy, paste, tweak it to make it your own. Boom, you're in the money, and you have a way to make $1,100 to $7,000 for a one-time project, and then a way to also get your foot in the door to then get people on retainers. So let's dive into the email. So welcome email template. So this is actually a template that one of my coaching students, so I coach copywriters on how to build $5,000-$10,000 a month business as a copywriter. This is one of his emails, one of my students that he wrote, and we're going to dive in, and I'll zoom in a bit just so you can see it a little bit better. And I'll just walk through it, and I'll explain the psychology behind it, the context, the copy, and what are some key elements to include so you can take this email template and make your own and apply it to any business. Very straightforward. So first off, subject lines. Your subject line as a copywriter, as an email copywriter, your subject line is like your headline. If your subject line sucks, nobody's going to open your email and read it. So the subject line is the first thing people see when they open their email inbox. They see all these emails, hundreds of emails. Your subject line has to compete against dozens of other guys. So why should people click on your email? Your subject line is super important here. For a welcome email, I do not recommend getting too fancy. I don't recommend trying to get some crazy weird hook in here. Say the word welcome. This is super crucial. When you're doing a welcome email, make sure you actually include the word welcome. So people know, right? When someone's going to welcome someone in, it's very contextual and very relevant to them. So welcome to whatever. People want to be welcomed. People want the new thing. So say the word welcome. And so you'll notice here, I actually have two subject lines here, subject line A and subject line B. It's because I was getting my student to make sure he always does at least two subject lines when he writes an email. The reason for this is because you can maximize your opens if you A/B test them every single time, which is very easy to do in software like Kit or Beehive or Klaviyo. So do two subject lines. These ones I find work really well, saying literally welcome and please read or please reply. That subject line works across the board for every single industry. You can steal this and use it identically if you want. The other one is saying welcome to and the name of the brand. So very straightforward. I like to start to test with these two literally these exact subject lines for any business and see one does better. And then we can optimize from there. If this one wins, we'll have this as the new control, and then we'll test something else against this, like please reply or reply needed, something like that. But very straightforward. Welcome to the business or welcome, please read. So you really, really want to drive opens on this first one. The second thing you need to do is add a preview text, which I'm shocked at how few copywriters and how few business owners actually include this preview text. The preview text, if you open up your email inbox, you'll see one line in bold. That's the subject line, but you'll also see another line in gray to the right. That's the preview text. The purpose of the preview text for email software is to give you a preview of what's inside that email. As it currently stands, you can actually write your own preview text instead of showing a preview of your email. So if you don't write one, it'll just pull the first couple lines from your email, but you can write one to give you more space to write a better headline to drive opens. So most people aren't leveraging the preview text. Leverage the preview text, put something in there. What I like to do with this combination here for a welcome email is write a basic welcome, and then I like to give the main value proposition in the preview text to really drive home that open. And it's really important here that if your niche is not included in the name of your business, so in this case, he's covered because the thing is called Pickleball Premier Coaching Academy. So we know it's about pickleball and coaching. It's for a pickleball coaching business. So a coach who coaches pickleball coaches on how to be a better coach. So kind of meta there, but that's fine. But if we say, welcome, please read. Now, if someone doesn't open this email the first day or the second day or the third day, and a week goes by and they finally open that email, if they see it in the inbox, are they going to know who is sending this email and what it's all about? Because if they don't know, they're not going to open it, they're going to delete it. So we want to add context and the value proposition in the preview text. So very, very clearly, here's a one-liner of what they get out of being on this guy's email list. Master the art of coaching pickleball today. Very simple, very straightforward, not too long. You could maybe make it a little bit shorter. Actually, I could take out this period even. You don't need periods in preview text. Master the art of coaching pickleball today. So even if they don't even read this, but all they see is this, and that's what they're interested in, pretty good odds if they are interested in that. That's why they signed up. If they see this and they forget, oh, whose list did I sign up to? What's this email address? Who this Bob guy sending me emails? Oh, master the art of coaching pickleball. Oh, he's the guy who teaches pickleball coaches how to be better. That's what I want to do with the preview text. So welcome, and here's the value proposition. If you're, let's just say, writing for fitness coaches, you might say, welcome to whatever, Bob's Fitness Academy. Like, we'll just say that. The preview text might be like lose, get your dream body in 30 days, like lose fat fast, lose, get your dream body like you're 20 again, or gain 7 pounds of muscle in 30 days. Like say what the main thing is, like the outcome. So this is the copy. Now we're talking about the copy. What is the outcome they get? It's not read my emails for daily, weekly tips on what. It's not. Nobody cares about that. Just what is the thing that they want? They want to master the art of coaching pickleball. So just be very clear in your copy here. So that's the subject line preview text. Super important. This is the most important part. Get your subject line and preview text right, or you are screwed. If people don't open your email because your subject line and preview text are weak, doesn't matter what you write inside. So get this right. Don't get too fancy with a welcome email. Say the word welcome. Then in the preview text, say the main value proposition of what the outcome is and the main benefit that people get, the main transformation from being on this email list. Then let's dive into the body of the email, which starts here. You can see it says hi first name. This is just a personalization segment here that you can put in here. It's not necessary, but if you have it, you can use it. So we want to start out with a greeting. Literally say the word hi. Hey, how's it going? Like greet people as if you were actually talking to them and they came into your store. Hey, welcome. Like literally say that. Hi first name. I'm Bob. And then you want to make sure you're greeting people and tell them who you are. Very contextual. People don't want emails from businesses. They want emails from people. Keep that in mind as an email copywriter. They don't want emails from businesses. People want to read emails from people. So bring in Bob or whoever the founder or CEO of the company is that you're writing these emails for. Hi, first name, greeting. I'm Bob. And who is Bob? Tell who Bob is. I'm the founder of Pickleball Premier Coaching Academy. Okay, now we have context. This email is coming from Bob. It's not coming from Pickleball Premier Coaching Academy Business Robot. Like this, stop doing emails like that. Nobody wants to read emails like that. Get the emails from a person. Make them from a person, make them personalized. Make them human. You want to know what sells as a copywriter? Being human and building rapport and making people feel like this is a personal message to them. I'm Bob, founder of Pickleball Premier Coaching Academy. Now we know who the name of the business too, right? We want to add that context. And I wanted to personally thank you for signing up for my 30-day pickleball coaching Kickstarter course. So this is where Bob's actually saying, hey, thanks for signing up. Now, this is a very specific type of welcome email where he's actually delivering what's called a lead magnet. So a lead magnet is basically some kind of freebie, discount, a free guide, a free course, a free trial, some kind of free thing that somebody gets in exchange for giving their email address. So this specific welcome email is based on a lead magnet. Now, you don't have to include this. You could just have someone join your regular email list sign up form and they never actually got a lead magnet. So you don't need to say, thanks for signing up for this course and here's your free course. This is only if you've actually delivered them a lead magnet in order for them to get their foot in the door here. Now, if you don't have a lead magnet, that's okay. Just say, hey, I want to personally thank you for joining the Pickleball Premier Coaching Academy community, or thank you for joining my community for pickleball coaching. Like just you can still say thank you. Hey, I just want to personally thank you for joining and signing up and XYZ. That's fine too. But if you are delivering a lead magnet, mention the lead magnet right away. Make sure it's right up at the front. Thanks for signing up for the name of the lead magnet, and here's the link. Here's the link to the thing that you sign up for. Here's the thing they actually want. So if they sign up for a course or a freebie or a discount or a free trial of software or whatever the thing is, give it to them right away. Do not try to withhold it. Do not try to hold on so they keep reading to the end. Give the thing quickly at the top and then keep going. So that's what we're doing in this case. Here's your thing. Thanks for signing up. Here's the link. Boom. But this is where you want to try to hook them to keep reading the rest before they go off to the free thing. You literally say, but before you head over, let's talk about a problem with pickleball. So you want to quickly pivot and start to introduce a problem or some kind of conflict or a scenario. You want to make this a conversation. You want to make this a story. You want to draw people in. And what can you say to get them to keep reading at this point? So you want to be clear. Hey, before you actually head over to the link, so you've given them the link, so you've scratched that itch that they have. Hey, where's my thing? Oh, here's my thing. But now you're trying to get them to keep reading. You want them to keep reading so they see the value proposition of being on the email list, to keep reading the next emails. Because if you don't get them to read this email and read the next one and the next one, you're not going to make revenue off your emails. You're not going to make money as a copywriter for businesses. So try to hook them here. Really good one. Hey, but before you head over, let's talk about this. So you don't have to say this exact hook, but this one works really well. But don't just say, let's talk about pickleball. Say, let's talk about a problem with pickleball. People, you want to know why the news is covered with negative news and bad stuff? It's because our biology says when there's a problem, I need to pay attention more. So when life's good, I don't need to pay attention to the good news. People are wired to hear bad news and pay attention and get hooked. This is why the copyright formula problem, agitate, solution, PAS, works so well. It's because problems hook people in. We want to know what's the problem and does it affect me and am I going to die? It's like a biological survival thing. So talk about a problem with pickleball, you're going to have more people. So that's where we hook them to keep going after we've delivered the lead magnet. Here we go. Let's talk about a problem with pickleball. The sport has reached a level of popularity that no one ever expected. An estimated 36.5 million players at the time of me writing this email. So here's a good thing that my student put in here is starting to put in some data, some stats, some numbers. If you want a good way to hook people in and build some interest at the start of any piece of copy, let alone, but for sure an email, start throwing in data, start throwing in numbers. It doesn't even have to just apply anything. Here's how many pickleball players there are. Here's how many coaches there are. Here's how many people started playing last year. Here's the average amount of money they spent. Just any stats or any news, any numbers, things that are just interesting facts. This will keep people reading. An estimated 36.5 million players at the time of writing this. More than ever, players need high quality coaching. But the problem is, right? We're introducing another problem. But the problem is, one of your best words you could ever use in copywriting is the word but. The word but, and the word problem. But the problem is, most coaches have no clue what they're doing, right? This is now where we're diving into the problem that these pickleball coaches are facing. Guy Bob is writing this email to pickleball coaches, guys who coach other people how to play pickleball. So he's saying, hey, most coaches have no clue what they're doing. You can't just feed balls all day and expect results. Pickleball needs to be coached in a way that's fun, practical, and thoughtful. Otherwise, you won't see any meaningful results, and your students will end up frustrated and leave. Now we've agitated. We've actually talked about, hey, you need to figure out how to be a better coach. Or not only are your students going to be frustrated, they're going to leave you. You're going to lose business, money, done. So now we've actually set them up to be listening to what this guy has to say to solve that problem. Problem, agitate, solution. So right here, that's where he says, that's why my mission is to help you develop into a great pickleball instructor. So now he's pivoting into his solution and into the coaching. That's my mission. My mission is to help you. You see how Bob's not talking about himself and I'm Bob and you, here's what I got to say about pickleball and and you suck and all these things. He didn't start with saying hey, buy my program, buy my coaching, buy, here's my thing. He went into, hey, you know what the problem is? Boom, 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 boom. He's talking about the other person on the other end, right? It's all about the person reading this. That's why my mission is to help develop you into a great pickleball instructor. People are always wondering what's in it for me. So tell them what's in it for you in your copy. PPCA leads the industry in coach development. This wasn't by luck either. I played pickleball since paddles were made of straight wood since 2014. I've also coached 500 plus players of all ages, skills, and abilities. And throughout all these years, I was able to develop a unique understanding of the game. With my 10 plus years of knowledge, I've compiled everything I've learned into PPCA's certification programs to elevate your coaching skills. So this is a really, really important part of this welcome email and in your copy in general is why should people listen to Bob? Why should people listen to Bob for how to learn how to coach people? This is where you introduce credibility, authority, trust, and proof. People need a reason to listen to this guy. This is very important also for information products, coaching courses, stuff like that. Very, very important. Is like, why should we trust you, Bob? Why are you the expert? Oh, okay. This is why you're the expert. You've been playing for a really long time. Numbers, specificities, believability is 2014. I've also coached 500 plus players. Okay, this guy's got experience coaching people and playing the game. And he's developed a unique understanding. Now we're starting to sell the program a bit. And he's got 10 plus year knowledge, boom, 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 and even has a certification. To what? To help you elevate your coaching skills. What's in it for me? That's what's in it for me as a pickleball coach. I can elevate my coaching skills with Bob's help. So really good way to introduce credibility, authority, and trust here. So what can you expect from my programs? This is where Bob then has talked about why people should care, what they need help with, and why they should listen to him. Now it's time to get down to business. What's actually in the coaching programs? What can you expect? Case studies. Learn from high-impact videos highlighting common problems coaches face and the different solutions to your lesson. Technical fundamentals. 30 exclusive videos covering every shot in pickleball. Personalized mentoring. One-on-one mentoring sessions with me to refine your coaching skills. Boom. Very clear. Feature, benefit, boom, boom, boom. Very clearly defines what's included. But that's not all. This is really important for your welcome email, is to tell people how often they're going to receive emails from you and what to expect in these emails. I see people missing this all the time. Let people know. You don't just have to sell people on your product and service in your welcome email. You need to sell people on reading your emails. Like you need to do both. So let people know ahead of time. Hey, that's not all. You're going to receive 2 to 3 weekly emails on different tips that are crucial to take your coaching to the next level this year. Okay, so just right out of the gate, is it a weekly email? Is it a daily? It should be at least a minimum a weekly email. But tell people this is how often you're going to get them, and here's what's going to be included in the emails. So you need to sell them on hyping them up to get the next email in their inbox. Then we have a call to action here to actually go into the programs right away. So he says, ready to take your coaching to the next level today? Check out my certification programs. Very simple. Link right to his programs to go actually look at the paid stuff. Now we're actually selling. Here's the call to action. Very simple, very straightforward, nothing fancy. Check out the programs. This is goodbye for now. Then we have a sign off. This is goodbye for now. Bob Guilford, Pickleball Premier Coaching Academy. So always give a call to action at the end. Always give a sign off. Say who it's coming from. And then, so we're almost done here. This is the last of it. Always add a PS to your emails. Always. The PS is one of the most read lines of any piece of copy, especially emails. So people love to read the PS because I don't know why, it's just the way it is. So take advantage of it. Don't leave out a PS, put in a PS. One thing I like to do, especially for the first welcome email, but every single welcome email in a series, because remember, you shouldn't just have one welcome email. You should have a number of welcome emails that go out, one after the other, to warm people up to your brand, introduce them, show them who you are, build rapport, and sell your products and services on repeat. The PS is a crucial way. What I want you to do with your welcome email is hint at the next email to come in the series. So remember before I said you want to tell people how often they're going to get emails and what's going to be included? You're selling people on the emails themselves. This is where you're going to hit that home the hardest at the very end, is you want to leave them with a cliffhanger that's going to get them hooked to read the next email. This is something I learned early on in my first year. I took multiple trainings. I paid thousands of dollars to learn how to write emails like this that hook people in. And what you want to do here is put a PS that hints at the next email to come, just like a Netflix series leaves a cliffhanger at the end of a show to get you to keep watching the next one. So you've probably seen this before where it's like on the next episode of whatever, and then it like flashes when you're watching a TV show. It flashes at like the next thing. If you've ever got into like the show Lost or CSI, or these are kind of like old shows I'm talking about, like But like even modern shows say like they flash it like tune in next time on the next show, on the next episode, boom, boom, and you see like conflict and highlights and like they tease you at like the next episode, and you're like, oh shoot, and you see all this stuff, all this drama that's about to happen, and that's how they hook you. That is called an open loop. An open loop is when like they open up a problem or open up a conflict or tell you you're going to see something or get something, but then they shut it down and they say, but not yet. And all of a sudden you're like, your brain's like, I need to know what happens. Apply that same consumer psychology, that same psychology. Remember, a copywriter, your job is to be a psychologist and to understand consumer psychology and what makes people tick. You want to know what makes people tick? Doing this. So in your PS, put a hint at the next email. And don't just say, read my next email. It's going to be fun. Like, don't like be very specific and tell them they're going to get something or hook them in with a story. One of the easiest ways to start is tell them they're going to learn something very specific. So in the PS here, what does Bob say? PS, be on the lookout for my next email. Literally tell them, look for my next email. Look for my email in the inbox. Read my next email. Watch for my next email. Be on the lookout for my next email where you'll get 3 tips on the best practices for working with beginners to fast track their progress in the first 7 days. So like very specific, you're going to get 3 tips, best practices for beginners for fast tracking the progress in the first 7 days. There we go. Just very simple. You're going to get this. So be on the lookout. So now people are already thinking, oh, I want to read that next email. Like I want to know how to do that. Right? That's that. Now, something I did at the end here, which, you can do this however you like, is just a little more social proof. I could have put this in, somewhere above, up here, like here's my 10 years experience. I've coached 500 players in Asia, blah, 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 but I want to put just a testimonial somewhere in this email. You don't have to do a testimonial, but you know what? It helps. Social proof is one of the best ways to sell. And if you can show that other people are getting a result or transformation through your product and service, it's one of the easiest ways to just sell stuff on autopilot without having to hard sell, right? Because you're just showing off what someone else's story is. So I just put this testimonial just at the end here. Before working with Coach Guilford, I was struggling to get pickleball coaching students and keep them around. Now my students are progressing more than ever, and I've got more business than I can handle. Thanks again, Larry Roberts. So we just tapped that in at the end there. You can put this somewhere in throughout. That's what you want to do with this welcome email. I'm just going to touch base on just like the main elements to include in a welcome email again, because now you're going to have this template. Go to the link after this video, after you're done watching, go download the free welcome email template, this email template, and apply it. But let me just touch on some of the basics again. I'll just recap. Number 1, make sure you always do a subject line. It is like your headline. You need to make it simple, say welcome, and then please read or welcome to the business name. Do 2 subject lines and test them, A and B at least. Do a preview text as well. It's like a second line for your headline, like a sub-headline, and give a value proposition. At the intro, always greet somebody, say hello, say hi, welcome them, what's your name, who are you, who am I speaking to in this email, say thank you for signing up. If they've come through with a lead magnet, give them the link to the lead magnet. Otherwise, just say, hey, thanks for joining my community, glad to have you here, XYZ. Then go back into operating formulas and dive into why they should listen to you, what your products and services are, and all that stuff. So here you want to hook them. You want to introduce, hey, here is kind of the main issue that you're facing probably right now, and here's how I can help you. So there's different ways to do this, but diving into problem, agitate, solution, easiest way to transition after you've actually welcomed them into your email. Then say like, here's who I am, here's my credibility, here's my authority, here's why you should listen to me, and then here's what to expect from my products and services and what you get out of them. After that, give them a call to action. After you've told them how often they're going to get emails and what's going to be in those emails, give them a clear call to action, sign off with their name, give them a PS, and to take things to the next level with that PS, hint at the next email to come, be very specific with something they're going to learn or a story that they're going to hear that's related to what they want to learn. And then include some social proof at some point in the email. I tap it on the end here. If you're ever unsure, just put testimonial at the end. Why not? And if not, another place for a testimonial could be right after this credibility section. But those are the key elements you want to include in your welcome email. This is how you write a welcome email that can generate you as a copywriter 1,000, at least for me. I can just share what I've done is get welcome email series for between $1,100 and $7,000 for single series that have taken me anywhere from a couple of days to write to a couple 3 weeks to write for the $7,000 series. This is a welcome email series, a welcome email that can help you generate hundreds of thousands of dollars, literally, for business owners. What I've done here, over almost $350,000 in a couple of years from a single welcome email series that I wrote in 3 weeks. So these are super, super profitable for business owners. They're super juicy. So if you know how to write these, you know how to write the number one email on earth. And when you know how to write the number one email on earth and the number one email series on earth, you are going to make business owners a ton of money. And you yourself are going to get a piece of that pie. Now, if you want this email template, go to my description below and you can just download this. I will put a link below where you can have literally this exact Google Doc, and you can use this as a welcome email template when you're writing welcome emails for potential clients and you want to pitch them. Go write them a new welcome email to pitch them. That's a really easy way to get even just open a conversation with a prospective client. Write the welcome email for them ahead of time, and then to get your foot in the door to open a conversation, and then go pitch them on writing a full welcome email series for money and get paid for it. Really, really easy way to get your foot in the door. That's what's working really well for my coaching students, who about 70% of them are landing their first paid client within 1 month. And a lot of times they're just rewriting welcome emails to get their foot in the door for free, and then writing a full welcome email series for paid projects. So there you go. Go get the welcome email link below. You can get this template, just plug and play, copy, paste, and just put in the different elements for the businesses you're writing for. This welcome email template works. It's worked for me. It's made me thousands, and it's made my clients hundreds of thousands. So there you go. Go get the welcome email template today and start writing emails that sell.